I never believed one person could change your entire world until I met her. Now at 62, I sit here, alone, holding this old photograph, worn at the edges but still full of life, her life. Her smile still warms me and breaks me all at once. People say time heals everything, but how do you heal from losing the only person who ever truly knew your soul? This picture, it's not just a memory, it's my whole past, my whole heart. We had no children, just each other. And for 2 decades, that was enough. She taught me what love means, not in words, but in every quiet moment, every shared glance, every laugh in the middle of nowhere. And now, all that's left is silence. But this story, our story, deserves to be told. Because some love doesn't fade. Some love becomes the reason you keep breathing. It was an ordinary day in a small town diner. Just me, nursing a cup of black coffee, lost in my own world. And then she walked in. Her eyes caught mine across the room, soft, curious, and full of life. I remember thinking, who is she? We started talking, hesitant at first, then effortlessly, like two souls recognizing each other after a lifetime apart. She had this laugh, light and genuine, that filled the quiet diner with warmth. That moment changed everything. What began as strangers sharing a table became a bond so strong it defied time. I never expected that chance meeting would lead to a love so deep, so real, that would shape the rest of my life. And I was never the same after. Those 2 years, they felt like a lifetime, wrapped in happiness. We shared laughter that echoed through long drives under endless skies. Our hands intertwined, hearts open. Every conversation was a window into our souls, deep talks about dreams, fears, and everything we hoped to build together. She had this way of making the world feel right, even on the darkest days. We weren't just two people falling in love. We were two halves becoming whole, the future stretched out before us, full of promises whispered late at night, and mornings spent wrapped in quiet comfort. In those moments, nothing else mattered, but the warmth of her smile and the certainty that I had found my forever. Our bond was simple yet unbreakable, pure connection in a world full of noise. At 35 and 40, we stood hand in hand, surrounded by friends and family, promising forever. Our wedding wasn't about grand gestures or flashy celebrations. It was about the quiet, unwavering love we had nurtured over 2 years. Though some whispered about our ages or questioned why we waited, none of it mattered to us. Because we knew something few understand: love doesn't follow a timeline. In that moment, I looked into her eyes and saw every hope, every dream we had shared. We pledged to face life's joys and challenges side by side, no matter what. Our vows were more than words. They were a sacred bond, sealing a promise to cherish and protect each other through all seasons of life. That day was the beginning of the greatest journey I ever took. Our life together was filled with laughter, shared dreams, and quiet moments that needed no words. But there was one wish we couldn't fulfill: children. For years we faced the painful truth of empty arms and unanswered prayers. It could have driven us apart, but it only made our bond stronger. I never once thought about leaving her or seeking someone else to fill that void. She was my world, the center of every hope and every heartbeat. We built a family of love, not blood. In her smile, I found everything I ever wanted. Though the silence of a nursery haunted us sometimes, our hearts overflowed with a different kind of joy, one born from devotion, patience, and unshakable love. Our story wasn't defined by what we lacked, but by what we cherished most. In a world quick to judge and rush forward, I chose to stand by her side, always. There were whispers, pressure from family and friends to move on, to remarry, to chase after what they thought I needed, but my heart knew better. She was my one true love, my partner through every high and low. I refused to replace a love that had shaped my very soul. Our bond was beyond tradition or expectation. It was a promise, a sacred vow that no one else could ever break. Through every moment, I held on to her memory, her spirit, her love. Choosing to honor her not just in words, but in every breath I take, was my greatest act of devotion. Because some love stories don't end, they live on. After she left, the world went quiet. Our home, once filled with laughter and warmth, became a hollow echo chamber. Every corner whispered her name. Every morning was a cruel reminder that she wasn't there. I stopped opening the curtains, stopped answering the phone. The silence became my only companion. I would sit for hours, staring into nothing, clutching her scarf like it still carried her scent. Dark thoughts came often. What was the point of staying in a world without her? I was a shadow of the man I used to be, lost, broken, numb. Grief isn't just pain, it's an abyss, and for a while, I didn't want to climb out. I didn't want to heal, because healing felt like forgetting. One day, I found an old note from her, a simple line. Love, when shared, never dies. I cried like a child. That day, something shifted. If I couldn't bring her back, I could still keep her love alive. And so, I did. I took every bit of that sorrow and turned it into something meaningful. I opened an orphanage in her name. A place where abandoned children would never feel unloved, where every hug I gave was one I wished she could feel. The laughter of those little souls brought light back into my world. Their smiles became my healing, and somehow, through them, she lived on. Her kindness, her warmth, her heart, all of it echoed through every room of that home. I had found purpose again, not by forgetting her, but by honoring her. I didn't expect healing to come from small hands and innocent smiles, but it did. Each time a child ran up to hug me, I felt a little piece of my broken heart begin to mend. They didn't know my story, but in their eyes, I found acceptance. And in their laughter, I found light. Mornings had meaning again. I started planting flowers with them, the same kind she loved. Reading bedtime stories, celebrating birthdays, and slowly the emptiness began to fill with joy I thought I'd lost forever. They gave me more than I gave them. Through their presence, I was reminded that love never ends. It only changes form. They helped me live again, not just for me, but for the memory of the woman who taught me how to love in the first place. She's not here physically, but she's everywhere I go. On her birthday, I still buy her favorite flowers, white lilies. On our anniversary, I sit at the same restaurant booth where we first met. Close my eyes and smile through the tears. Even in the smallest things, the scent of her perfume, her favorite song on the radio, a sunset we used to watch hand in hand, she returns to me. Some people say time heals all wounds, but I've learned that time teaches you how to carry the love forward. She may be gone, but she never really left. Her laughter echoes in the halls of the orphan home. Her kindness lives in the lives of every child we help, and her love, it's stitched into the fabric of who I've become, forever and always. If you've ever truly loved someone, you know that love never dies. It lingers in the quiet moments, in old photographs, in the way your heart skips when a memory rushes in. Even when they're gone, what you shared doesn't fade. It becomes a part of you. So hold on to it. Cherish the laughter, the lessons, the loyalty. Speak their name. Keep their stories alive. Because love, real love, transcends time, distance, even death. I lost the woman who meant the world to me, but I gained a purpose through her memory. And if my story means anything to you today, let it be this. Don't take love for granted. Celebrate it, protect it. And when it's gone, let it guide you, not break you, because love never ends. It simply finds new ways to live on. If this story touched your heart, you're not alone. So many of us carry silent stories of love, loss, and strength. I'd love to hear yours. Drop your experience in the comments, because sometimes sharing helps us heal. If you felt a connection today, please hit that subscribe button and join this growing community of hope and heart. Like this video if it moved you, and share it with someone who might need a little reminder that even after loss, love continues. Together, let's keep telling stories that matter. Let's spread love, one voice at a time.